Constable James Mukhwana, currently in custody over the killing of blogger Albert Ojwang, has broken his silence, revealing chilling details about what transpired on the night of June 7, 2025, while Ojwang was held at the Central Police Station. In a damning statement recorded before the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, Mukhwana has directly implicated OCS Samson Taalam, claiming that he acted on instructions issued from the Deputy Inspector General Eliud Lagat. According to Mukhwana, he was ordered to discipline Ojwang once he was brought in. This is his second statement to ipoa, having recanted an earlier version in which he claims he and fellow officers conspired to conceal the truth. And as Ben Kirui now reports, through his lawyers, the officer is seeking protection.
A blow-by-blow account exclusively in our possession now sheds a new light on what could be the events of the night of June 7th, 2025, the night blogger and teacher Albert Ojwang died while in custody at the Central Police Station. The damning statement, recorded by detained Police Constable James Mukhwana, directly implicates the officer commanding station OCS Samson Taalam, alleging that he issued instructions to discipline Ojwang. Orders, Mukhwana claims, originated from Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Lagat. This comes despite OCS Taalam having publicly distanced himself from the murder allegations. In his detailed statement to investigators from the Independent Policing Oversight Authority ipoa, Mukhwana narrates being summoned to the OCS's office during his shift. He was allegedly told, and I quote, "There is a directive from DIG Lagat. Do you know him? There are officers from the DCI headquarters bringing a suspect here at 8 p.m. Tell the inmates to discipline him a bit." When Mukhwana raised concerns about what could go wrong, he says he was warned against questioning orders as a junior officer and told bluntly that disobedience could cost him. Later that night at around 9 p.m., a black Subaru pulled up at the station. Inside was a man in handcuffs, later identified as Albert Ojwang. Mukhwana says he called OCS Taalam, who confirmed that Ojwang was the suspect in question. Ojwang was booked into custody at around 9:20 p.m. and shortly after, the assault began inside the last cell opposite the toilet. Mukhwana states that 4 inmates, Collins Ireri, Jill Amiton, Brian Mwaniki and Eric Ndambuki, were instructed to carry out the beatings after they were given 2,000 shillings to buy alcohol. As the beatings escalated, Mukhwana claims he and another officer, Police Constable Kimani, rushed in to stop the torture. Ojwang was found bleeding, leaning against the wall. Mukhwana says he immediately asked the Deputy OCS Samuel Nganga to take Ojwang to hospital. It was around 10 p.m. when he left for home. The following day, on June 8th, he began receiving numerous calls from colleagues asking if he had heard what had happened to Ojwang. When he reached out to Nganga for clarity, he was advised to call the OCS. OCS Taalam reportedly brushed off his concerns, telling him things were not bad and that they were safe. But by June 11th, Mukhwana had been summoned by ipoa to record a formal statement. He admits that in his initial testimony, he withheld the truth as part of a pact among the officers to cover up for one another. However, he later discovered he was being made a scapegoat by his colleagues. Haunted by guilt, Mukhwana says he returned to ipoa on June 12th and asked to record a second truthful statement. He was arrested and taken to Capitol Hill Police Station, where his second statement was taken. Mukhwana says Ojwang was not meant to be killed, but to be disciplined as per instruction of the OCS Taalam. Through his lawyers, Mukhwana has now requested placement under witness protection, stating he is ready to tell the whole truth. Mukhwana's legal team says they won't be seeking his release on bail, citing concerns over his personal safety. The lawyers claim they have been trailed and intimidated by individuals believed to be police officers, and a formal complaint has been lodged at the Capitol Hill Police Station. Ben Kirui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.